Hello boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to the Belgian Grand Prix here at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit. We're in for 22 laps of this Belgian track where we've got overcast conditions here for the start of qualifying. We could be crowning a new champion today in Luciano Burti if he gains enough points over Diniz. Mazzacane loses a wheel, meaning he won't finish his qualifying laps. That is a rather interesting development here in this qualifying session. I've just got to get the standings up because I do not remember the standings because I didn't bother doing the standings in the last race. So, Burti has a 16-point lead over Diniz. If Burti wins and Diniz comes fourth, Burti wins the title. In the Constructors' Championship, it's a lot more closer. The top four could all still win the championship, though it is looking very more likely it's between BAR and Jaguar. Renault and Arrows are less than 30 points behind. Gaston Mazzacane loses a wheel yet is still doing laps. That's just not fair now, is it? The top 10 are all separated by less than a second. But it's the Jaguar, BAR, Renaults, Arrows and Saubers, they're all there. The rest of the field are pretty much nowhere to be seen and are probably not going to be anywhere near the rest of the field, as it's going to be a Jaguar 1-2, De La Rosa first, Diniz second, Burti third, Mazzacane fourth, Fisichella fifth, Raikkonen sixth, and it's Frentzen, Lazy, Schumacher, Webber, there's your top 10. Coulthard, Alonso, Montoya, they start your bottom 10. Unless David Coulthard, no, he's not going to improve. Got Michael Schumacher, Hakkinen, Takagi, Young, Barrichello, Hill and Button. They are your bottom 10 here for the Belgian Grand Prix, as race day is upon us at a very wet Belgian Grand Prix. They would do too many 5s in qualifying. They're probably going to be doing 2-minute 10s in this race. It's going to be quite the journey here in Spa, as the lights are on now. They are ready to go through the forest in the wet. No! And it is De La Rosa that's got off to a fantastic start. He's managed to keep hold of the lead over Diniz. Diniz cuts up Burti significantly. They touch us slightly. Looks like all 20 cars have gotten around the first corner. Frentzen challenging Raikkonen. Frentzen is not going to be ahead of Raikkonen. Or Schumacher challenging a Lazy. Hakkinen trying to challenge Webber. They're still side by side. Alonso, Montoya, they're side by side in the Toyotas. They cut each other uphill. Michael Schumacher, Young, Takagi, Barrichello, Button. They are your 20. And it's Coulthard that's heading to the side of the barrier. Coulthard is out of the race. What's going to happen here? He's been taken out by Hakkinen, and Hill is caught up in that as no Button's caught up in that. But Hakkinen takes his teammate out with what looks like a very ambitious lunge. So David Coulthard goes over to the right to try and defend his line, and Hakkinen hits the back of him. The McLarens take each other out of the race as we go down the Camel Straight for the first time. Pedro De La Rosa leads the Belgian Grand Prix with Diniz in second place. Ideally, they should be swapped around as soon as possible, you'd have thought, because I was 18, I'm sorry, not 22. You'd have thought they'd be swapped as soon as possible because of the fact that it's a championship on the line here. Matsucane is in 4th place. 5th place is Fisichella. 6th place Raikkonen. 7th place is Frentzen at the moment as they go past the corner with no name for the first time. Frentzen 7th, Ralf Schumacher 8th as they go around Pouan for the first time. It's 9th for Alesi. As Alesi gets a huge kick of oversteer, he loses 2 places there. 1 to Hakkinen and 1 to Webber. Alonso 12th for Toyota. 13th is Montoya, 14th Michael Schumacher. 15th Damon Hill. 16th is Alex Young. 17th is Takagi. Takagi spun now. Takagi has span. Button and Barrichello are coming up, and Takagi sensibly gets out of their way as they go up the back straight. They're already at the bus stop. As De La Rosa up towards the first, finished the first lap, up towards La Source. Burti under pressure from his teammate Matsucane. Is it going to? He's made the move. Stick as Matsucane. Matsucane 3rd place for the BAR as they go up Eau Rouge for the 2nd time. Burti goes very wide at the top of Eau Rouge.
That's Radeon actually.
And Burti is in 4th place, which is not going to do his championship any good, but he still might be able to win the next race anyway in France. Fisichella 5th for Renault. 6th is Raikkonen as they go down towards Bruxelles for the 2nd time. It's a very difficult corner off camber. The car always wants to go left. Down towards the corner with no name. Not much runoff there, but you've got to grab a trap there, so you should be fine. You have a 1.3 second lead over the 6th place Raikkonen. Round 1 for the 2nd time. This is kind of wrestling with the car to try and keep it in a straight line here in the wet. Burti's losing significant time to the Jaguar and Matsucane, which makes me wonder if Burti's on that 1 stop. Down towards Stavelot. The double right-hander. And then up the hill towards the bus stop. Just flat out all the way down to Blanchimont, where they're going to have to brake significantly here in the wet. And then it's down towards the bus stop chicane. They're already on a 2-minute lap here. It's a very awkward corner. He takes the curb down towards the other bus stop. And that is a lap of the Belgian Grand Prix as he gets a huge kick of oversteer down towards the line. 2 minutes 18. 2 minutes 18. They've got 18 laps of that. I'm doing 2 minute 18 laps. This is going to take forever. Luckily we're not doing 100% races, otherwise this would have took forever. Down towards Le Combe. So right, left. Then down towards another right. Not really sure what this corner's called, so I'm just going to call it Le Combe again. We'll call it a triple chicane, even though it's probably not, it's definitely not a triple chicane. Bruxelles is a 180 degree long right hander. Left hander now here. Maybe we should christen the corner with no name with a name. We should call it Bob. The Bob corner down to Pouan for the third time now. We're already on lap 3. We're already on lap 3. Gonna be dry yet. Busy Keller has overtaken Burti now. Raikkonen in 6th. Frentzen is significantly behind these, but not as significantly behind as Ralf Schumacher, who is 2 seconds behind. Häkkönen's in 9th, up to 9th. He's passed Webber on the circuit. Down towards Stavolo. Webber's in 10th. He's putting pressure on Häkkönen. Mostly because he's got pressure himself from a lazy. He's got a huge kick of oversteer again. Everyone seems to be getting a huge kick of oversteer in this race. It's a very wet circuit, as you can imagine. A little lift of the accelerator around Blanchimont. It's a very scary corner at the best of times, let alone in the wet. Same with Eau Rouge and Radion. It's the left, right, down to a right, left. Again, huge kick of oversteer. It's the flat out corner and it's just troubling them. They're 6 seconds slower than Mazzacane. He did a 2 minutes 18 and did a 2 minutes 24 second lap. 2.5 minutes. Just imagine, right, we did a 44 lap race of this. You know what? While we're on the fly, we're going to work out how long that would take. So, Webber looked like he was going down the inside of Mika Häkkinen. Mika Häkkinen is so slow, it's just holding these two up a treat here. So, 140 seconds times 44 is 6,160 seconds. We divide that by 60, it's 102 minutes. So 1 hour 42 minutes it'll take for a full race to be completed. And that doesn't even account pit stops into this. As Mika Häkkinen is still causing trouble for Webber and Alesi. Even the Toyota Alonso is getting involved. Webber's looking left, looking right. That's his pro-arm now. Not really an overtaking opportunity. Häkkinen just sticking it into the lines he needs to. Webber still cannot overtake. The arrows isn't far back, to be honest, of Ralf Schumacher. But there's significant gaps appearing everywhere. As Häkkinen is just sticking it in places where Webber cannot overtake. Stavolo now. The second part of it, he's gone slowly around that corner. Up the hill towards Blanchard. I wonder if he's carrying any damage from the incident with Coulthard. That is significantly altering his pace. Gaston Mazzacane has the fastest lap. Webber and Alesi are going side by side. Webber has taken a huge chunk off of that chicane. This is just such a slow chicane. Häkkinen still holding on to 9th. No points offered for 9th. La Source now. Webber had a little look. Will Alesi stick it around the outside? He won't. Alonso's in 12th. Michael Schumacher 13th. Montoya 14th. Looks to be trying to go down the inside of Michael Schumacher. Young and Hill significantly behind. Hill looking down the inside of Young. And Hill has made the move stick before they go down the hill and up the hill. Hill makes it stick on Young. Up Radion. As my Bixby decides to turn itself on. Button 18th. Barrichello 2 minutes 35. 2 minutes 35. This is the first time we've seen the leaders since lap 2. Diniz is still leading. Diniz is still in second. And Mazzacane is in third place. as Jaguar ready to take one of the cars in. So is BAR, De La Rosa, Mazzacane third, Fisichella is in fourth still. The top three have a significant lead over fourth. Hill loses his front wing. Is this against Young? Young down the inside. This is Bruxelles, and it's been taken out by the Malaysian. And I think he's just going to hit. Yep, he's just going to hit the barrier trying to turn around, and he is stuck on the corner. Hit reverse. There we are. Mazzacane looking down the inside of Diniz, but he peels right into the pit lane. McLaren are ready for Hakkinen. Oh dear, Damon Hill's race has gone from bad to worse. Damon Hill is out of the race. It's gone from bad to worse and he's out. Here is 19th. Mazzacane is in 4th place and losing just time after time after time, waiting for fuel to go in. Frenson's going to go past. Is he going to be ahead of Ralph? Is Frenson going to be ahead of De La Rosa is the question. Yes, he is. No, he isn't. De La Rosa ahead of Frenson. Ralph Schumacher trying to challenge Mazzacane as they go towards Eau Rouge. This is going to be a brave overtaking spot if it happens. Up Radion, he's thought better of it. This is going down the Kemmel Strait. I nearly said Hanger Strait, that's in Britain. Down towards Lake Holm. Mazzacane, is he going to put a defensive line on? He tried to, but Ralf Schumacher has the better line. Round the he's going down the inside of this corner now, and that is a fantastic overtake there from Ralf Schumacher. Ralf Schumacher up into 6th place. However, he has made a pit stop. Frenson, Mazzacane. No, that was Frenson. That weren't even Ralf Schumacher. That was Frenson that overtook Ralf Schumacher. My apologies. Down towards the chicane, where I have no idea what the name is of the chicane. I should really learn the name corners of these names before I even try to commentate these, because honestly the map would tell you. Renault are ready and Sauber, so one with a Ford Ralf Schumacher. Fisichella and Raikkonen are going to be the next two drivers to enter the pit lane. That was a huge front occurring here. We're on lap 6 of 18. We're barely a third of the way through the race. And Hakkinen, as if he hasn't caused enough trouble, is trundling around at first gear. Look, he is at Stavolo. He's at. Yes, he is at Stavolo. So it's going from bad to worse for McLaren. McLaren has a double retirement here for the race. Fisichella is behind. Only just behind Mazzacane and Frenson though. And up Radion. Down the Kemmel Strait. Frenson's 4th now. Burti 2nd. Diniz has a lead of 11 seconds. Diniz is in a position where he needs to be realistically. Pedro de la Rosa 7 seconds behind Burti in this current stage of the race. Diniz leads for Jaguar. The only man who can trouble Burti this season. The former BAR driver against the former Jaguar driver. Pretty much swapped roles for this season. Last season as well, Diniz was in the Jaguar. Pedro Diniz up towards Blanchiment. For the 7th time, we're coming up to halfway through the race. Not much action out of the front. With a few overtakes. But through the bus stop. For the 7th time, he peels left into pit lane. Right into pit lane, right into pit lane. Dear, I want to be a good racing driver. I don't know my left from my right. Looks like Toyota are ready for one of their drivers as well. Diniz. Right on cue. Diniz is in the pits. The fuel hose took forever to be put on. Burti takes the lead. The fuel hose goes off. Burti is going to be well ahead of his teammate in 2nd place. So the roles have reversed. Frentzen, Mazzacane, Fisichella all within 1.8 seconds of each other. Ralf Schumacher and Raikkonen right next to each other. Up the hill. Burti we're on board with here. He's only 5 seconds ahead of Diniz. Alays is 9th, Webber 10th, Alonso 11th. I believe it's Alonso that's in the pits. But there's a significant gap between 11th and 12th. I don't even know who is in 12th. It's Michael Schumacher who's in 12th, 47 seconds behind the race leader. Fisichella's in 6th. The top 10 are just in a league of their own compared to the rest of the field. Raikkonen 8th, a lazy 9th, Webber 10th. 2 Saubers, 2 Renaults, 2 Arrows, 2 BARs, 2 Jaguars, your top 10. Alonso 11th, Michael Schumacher 12th, Montoya 13th. Michael Schumacher and Montoya have been in a battle since the start of the race, and there's no sign of going away. Young 14th, Takagi 15th, Button 24 seconds behind, just going round their souls. And Barrichello is, well, Barrichello. Hakkinen is one of the retirements, Hill is another retirement, and Coulthard is another retirement. I don't know what the other car is that you saw. Alonso is stuck in gear and is disrupting Michael Schumacher's progress. Is Montoya going to get past? Yes, he is. He's only going round Pouin now, so he's got at least another minute to get around the circuit. However, Burti, your race leader at the moment, is into the pits. Is he going to go for that one stop? He's just started lap 9. Diniz takes the lead. De La Rosa goes past as well. Frentzen will go past. He's going to be in 3rd. That's kind of Fisichella. Oh, Frentzen's in the pits as well. Frentzen in the pits. 4 arrows. Burti is coming out of the pits. He is on that one stop. Accelerating now. He's in 7th. Here's the BAR. Down the Campbell Straight. Fifth place from Ralf Schumacher. He's yet to make a pit stop at the moment. Fisichella 4th. For Renault. I really didn't hear that. Bloody hell. If you did hear that, that was my stomach rumbling quite loudly, demanding food all of a sudden. And I can see this now, not going to happen while I'm commentating. You can think again, stomach. We're on the lap of halfway. Here, lap 9. Usually most of the races would have been half finished by now. But we are still seeing the cars trundling around lap 9. Lap 18, halfway through the race. She's struggling to get round Stavelo. It's a very difficult double right-hander. Renault already. That's going to be for a Lazy. Lazy going into the pits. This lap, both because Vizcarra has already made a pit stop. He's going down the inside of Gaston Mazzacane as they go to the bus stop. That was brave. It's the other bus stop chicane. Accelerating. He's trying to dive bomb down the source. We're going down the Kimmel straight now. This is Lecombe for the 10th time. This is Bruxelles. Toyota are ready. Toyota are ready. That's all we got from that radio transmission. Toyota are ready. They're going to be ready for Montoya because Montoya is the only person left on the circuit because the other Toyota is out of the race. This is Burti 7th, Webber 8th, due to make a pit stop soon though. And Lazy 10th, Montoya 11th in the other Toyota. The other Toyota, there's only one Toyota left! Michael Schumacher 13th, Takagi 14th is in the pits at the moment, but is significantly behind Alonso. In fact, Alonso already just managed to get back into the pits. So, okay. So I assume Montoya is in the pits and Alonso couldn't make a pit stop. So he literally trundled around for just over a lap. Getting back into the pits. That is unbelievable. Fisichella, that's Ralf Schumacher in the background. Fisichella gets a huge kick of oversteer. Ralf Schumacher 5th. And Ralf Schumacher is in the pits. This is obviously the one stop he's not going to feel very lightly. He's just going to feel. Della Rosa takes the lead off of Burti. Not Burti. Frenson's gone down in. Oh no, Webber's pitted. So, Arrows are 7th and 8th, and they've made all their pit stops. But it's significantly behind Burti, who's already made all of his pit stops. But Della Rosa has passed Diniz for the race lead. That is not ideal for. Especially with the current positions of the cars. Mazzacane 1st. Diniz 2nd. They're coming up to lap one of the cars. You'll assume it's Barrichello because Barrichello's a bit slow. Down towards Pouhon. Barrichello going to cause trouble. He was lapped 3 times last race. 3 times. Barrichello looked like he was about to get out of the way and then he just didn't get out of the way. Is Barrichello going to get out of the way of both the cars? Yes, he is. Down towards Stavelo. It's a double right run up. 11 of 18. Mazzacane 3rd. 4th place is Fisichella. Still cannot get past the BAR. You'd have thought the best opportunity now will be Fisichella. Looking down the inside of the bus stop. Is that a passing opportunity? Not really. Is Mazzacane going to keep hold of the position? Yes, he is down the inside of the other bus stop. they take such a weird line. Around the source. They're coming up towards the back of the Ferrari. That just puts into perspective how slow the Ferrari is. Because these are approximately 7-8 seconds behind. Whoop, oh, Rouge and Radion. That is 160 miles an hour. Up the top of Radion. That was brave. That was brave. Guts. That was guts. So, Fisichella. Still. But still the Jaguars. Still leading the way. Jordan ready in the pits. Not that it really matters. Because the Jordan aren't scoring points at the moment.
Jaguar already in the pits. Renault already in the pits.
Down towards Blanchimont for the 12th time. Jaguar ready for one of their drivers. And it is going to be De La Rosa into the pits, the race leader currently. De La Rosa in the pits. Diniz takes over the race lead. It's going to be a quick splash and dash. De La Rosa with 11.8 seconds pit stop is going to be in front of Kimi Raikkonen, but ahead of Fisichella. Accelerating. Burti 6th at the moment. 7th Ralf Schumacher, 8th Frentzen. The two arrows significantly behind the rest of the field. Well, the rest of the top 8, I would say. And Mazzaccane's lost a wheel. Mazzacane out of the race. Mazzacane loses a wheel. Who is that against? There's Mazzacane. He's out. He's out. Button is out as well. So Mazzacane and Button have gone into a fracas, and this is at Bruxelles. This is what's caused all the problems. And Button's gone over. Button went over. He looks to be fine, but Mazzacane, one of the main protagonists, this is disaster for BAR. It has huge implications for the Constructors' Championship, because that will put the Jaguar into the lead of the Constructors' Championship. The two-time Constructors' Championship is going to be Jaguar in the lead, looking to become the first team to be three-time champions. We're already the first people to be two-time champions, but Mazzacane out of the Belgian Grand Prix on that 13 out of 18. De La Rosa second. Pressure from behind from the flying fin of Kimi Raikkonen. The young charger looking to replicate Häkkönen's feat at Stavolo now. That line is where the one sector ends and one sector starts. Fisichella up into 4th place after Mazzacane. Burti 5th. Arrow 6th and 7th now. But they're still significantly behind the rest of the field after what seemed like a very good season for them is just turned into not so much nothing, but now this battle has now got huge incentives because it's going to be for 8th place, the final point position. 11th Alex Young, 12th place Michael Schumacher, 13th place Torano, and that's Matsucane. Barrichello is that far behind. He still has not passed Matsucane. As we look at all the retirements, the name and shames. Diniz still leads. Accelerating down towards Lake Calm. This is not even Lake Calm, it's Puchom. This is the right-left chicane here on the tremendous Spa circuit. This track is loved by everyone. There's not much not many drivers that say, oh, this track is a bit rubbish. And he has managed to negotiate Pedro Diniz into the pits. 1 lap 15 out of 18. There is going to be 4 laps to go after this. Diniz through the pits, and he's going to be well ahead of De La Rosa. De La Rosa being the rear gunner for once. Usually Fisichella up into third. Fisichella had loads of trouble with Matsucane, and in fact he's going to disrupt Burti. Burti is the one that's in 4th place. Remember how I said that if Burti was going to win the title this race, he would have had to have come in 4th, and yeah, it's the opposite way around. He's going to gain 5 points. The Lazy has just overtaken Webber for 8th place. But Webber looks to be looking down the inside of La Source. It's going to be tight. Webber is past. So the gap is going to be 11 points. Meaning that if Burti would only have to finish in front to win the title. Be the incentive, isn't it? Be in front and you'll win the title. It's easy enough. But this is now battle for 8th that we are concentrating on between Lazy and Mark Webber. Lazy dives down the inside. They're lucky to still be pointing in a straight line, especially with all the incidents that's been happening at Bruxelles this season. Speaking of incidents, Lazy has just got a huge kick of oversteer at the corner. Bob. I remember the name of this. I remember the name of the corner. Bob. That's ridiculous. Lap 15, 4 laps to go. They've got a significant lead over Juan Pablo Montoya, 37 seconds. That's how much of a gap the top 10 have. It's 37 seconds. Frenson 7th, Schumacher 6th, 4 hours. Raikkonen 5th, Burti 4th. Fisichella 3rd. Got 3 laps to go here for the Belgian Grand Prix. De La Rosa 2nd, but out in front is the other Pedro of Pedro Diniz, the main championship protagonist. Remember when we had 4 people vying for the championship? No, they were good times. They were good times. This season we only have 2, as Alesi has caught back up to Webber quite quickly. This is for the second part of the bus stop chicane, and the Renault cannot make the move stick, and he's not going to make the move at La Source as they come towards, down towards Eau Rouge. And Radion. And Fisichella takes the most widest line possible to try and get a good exit down the Camel Straight. It has sort of worked. Alesi trying to get past this, is going to Le Car, and that is a fantastic move. Alesi ahead of the Australian. This is a good battle between these two, actually putting something on the plate for the crowd to enjoy. A pretty miserable day here at Stavelot for the Belgian Grand Prix. We're on board with Montoya, who's significantly behind. Younger Michael Schumacher challenging each other for 11th and 12th. Takagi 17 seconds behind, but Barrichello, the laughingstock, 1 minute and 11 seconds behind. Diniz laps Takagi. For the first time? Possibly? Pedro De La Rosa, second place for Jaguar. Burti 4th. 5th, 6th, Ralph Schumacher. 7th, Frentzen. 8th is still Alesi. Webber is looking to challenge Alesi again. He loves this part of the track. La Source. Is he going to go down the inside of La Source? He's on a penultimate lap here. Webber loves this part of the circuit, and he's made the move stick again. This is the back straight. Heavy braking. Alesi loved this corner as well. And Alesi is ahead of Webber again. They both have parts of the circuit that they love. As Webber this is Van Pujon for the 17th time. The leaders have just started their final lap. Diniz out in front with a significant gap to De La Rosa in second. Fisichella in third, not helping the BAR at any point. Burti 4th, 28 seconds behind Diniz. But at the moment he's just doing enough to win the title. He only needs to finish 4th twice again. As Webber looks towards the inside of the bus stop. There's slight contact between the two cars. Is he going to stick it down the inside? No, he isn't. And he's not close enough to challenge at the source. Is he going to stick one down the inside? He has a little look. Frentzen 7th. Schumacher 6th. Raikkonen's in 5th. 4th Burti. 3rd Fisichella. 2nd De La Rosa. But out in front is the 2nd place man in the championship. He 16 points behind going into the race. If things stay as they are, it's going to come down to 11 points, but they will take a huge stride when it comes towards the Constructors' Championships. They're going to gain 13 points. They're going to lead the Constructors by 8 points on the Jaguar. They're the only team to win multiple Constructors' Championships. They're going to be well on their way to winning a 3rd. But for this race, we've got 2 races to go. But for this race, it is going to be Pedro Diniz, who comes past the final 2 corners to take victory here at the Spa circuit.
Pedro Diniz has won the race.
Diniz, your race winner. De La Rosa finishes in 2nd place. And 3rd is 3rd. At the moment, Alazi is going to finish in 4th. Burti finishes in 4th. That's 5 points gained for Diniz in the championship. Hakkinen finishes 5th. Ralf Schumacher 6th, Frentzen 7th. Not so much the arrows in this race. Webber has one last dive. This is for the final point. He's down the inside of Alazi. Is he going to make the move stick? No, he isn't. No, he isn't. And Alazi is going to finish in 8th. And now we've got to wait for the cars to get around the circuit. You thought that it took forever getting around the circuit in racing time. Wait until they cool down now, because they're going to take forever. I hope you sit back, go grab some popcorn, grab a cup of tea, grab a cup of coffee, grab anything that you want to drink, because this is going to take a while. I'm certainly sitting back. I'm certainly waiting for them to get back. Maybe see. What they should do is they should do a U-turn at the source, and then they should go into the pits there backwards instead of making them go around the whole course for 2.5 minutes. But finally they are at the bus stop where Diniz is. Slowing down. Down, down, down as the rest of the cars. Classifications here for the Belgian Grand Prix of Season 5. Diniz wins. De La Rosa 2nd, Fisichella 3rd, Burti 4th, Raikkonen 5th, Ralf Schumacher 6th, Frentzen 7th, 8th Alazi, 9th Webber, 10th Montoya, 11th Young, 12th Schumacher, 13th Takagi, 14th Barrichello, 15th Mazzacane, but he was out. Button is another retirement, and I didn't get the rest of it. It was Alonso, Hill. Coulthard was one of them. Hakkinen was one of them. We'll see. We'll see. Well, everyone did their fastest laps on the final lap. But now, there is 2 races left to go. 11 points is the gap for the drivers. The constructors is now a 2-horse race. Jaguar versus B8R. The gap is 8 points, 7 points. X amount of points. But I hope you enjoyed the Belgian Grand Prix. It's definitely been one of the better Belgian Grand Prix. There's not been many Belgian Grand Prix that have gone well. Lots of hard overtaking. I mean, this wasn't exactly one for overtaking, but it has been decent at least as we get to the final stragglers. Thank you very much for watching the Belgian Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come back for the French Grand Prix. Diniz with the fastest lap. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.